hear that? That's not just a Toyota truck. That's the sound of no crowds, no alerts, no distractions, and no telling what you'll find next. You know, like a detour. So why would you ever take a tour when you could take a detour? Toyota trucks.
This podcast is for informational purposes only and should not be considered legal, medical, or mental health advice. The views and opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the podcast and are not intended to malign any religion, group, club, organization, business, individual, anyone, or anything.
I'm Sarah Edmondson.
And I'm Anthony Nippy Ames, and this is A Little Bit Culty.
We woke up from a cult, and that journey was captured in The Vow on HBO and in my memoir, Scarred.
Now, in this podcast, we break down the shame and secrets that make these experiences so destructive with honest conversations on how seemingly benign groups can cross into the cultiverse and how to spot and recover from trouble if it happens to you.
Each week, we bring in experts, survivors, and whistleblowers to explore red flags, resilience, and even share a few laughs, because sometimes you gotta laugh.
Subscribe to our Patreon for early and ad-free listening, some live Q&A, and exclusive content at patreon.com/alittlebitculty.
Welcome to Season 8 of A Little Bit Culty. Hello, everybody. This is our Thursday, A Little Bit Culty bonus, and I have my happy voice on.
Yeah, and I don't know if people are buying that.
I don't know. I mean, I'm trying real hard, and I mean, we're going to be honest. This has been a shit show of a few weeks.
You know what? Remember my Thanksgiving word salad?
Maybe that will make me feel better.
That might be one of my better word salads.
It definitely was one of your better word salads. And think that for our newer audience, we are going to play that right here.
It's interesting this time of year, I find myself contemplating the idea of giving and the idea of thanks and the union of the two words in a holiday that we call Thanksgiving, if you will. And I often reflect, can I give thanks? And can I thank you while you're giving to me? And can I give while I'm thanking? And can I thank while I'm giving? And one might make the argument that the actual act of giving is thanks. And my question to that is, ultimately, is the giving for thanks or is it really for you? And the real question is does it matter? And what really matters is my experience of the giving and my experience of the thanks. And can I have thanksgiving truly, internally and externally? It's me at my best, really. If I'm going to put my
Nippy, I have a bone to pick to you. What chaps my ass is that you've not done a word salad in a long time.
You know what? It's a fair criticism. It's a very fair criticism.
I don't know what that's about.
You know when the Stones kind of went through a drought, or you know, rock bands go through a drought. You know, my creative juices haven't been word salady lately.
Yeah. Well, everything's a little bit off kilter.
So maybe that's what we'll do when we post this. Give us some topics that you think would be interested for word salad.
And then Nippy will give her.
Yeah, like I think the Matthew Rimsky episode we did, like he's like, we said throw one out, he's like, do the vax. And I did the vax. So the vaccine was one.
Should I do one right now?
Do
you feel ready for
it? You know, sometimes I like to give a little.
What about gratitude?
Oh, we've already done that.
Okay, shit. What about?
I was it's not lost on me that the G is there, but really.
Oh, right. That's why I thought of it. I guess. Okay, wait. This is our gift for you people. We are going to give you an opportunity to get Nippy to do some word salad. I did put him on this with Amanda Montel. That episode will air on YouTube because that was in studio, in person. It was really good. But Nippy was mad at me because I put him on the spot.
I wasn't mad at you. I just wasn't going to put myself in a situation where my word salad and my imitations of Keith weren't going to be at their best. I don't work like that. That's not how excellence works.
You can't keep a straight face. No, listen, we're struggling through. I'm gonna be totally frank. Balancing the football. The book, by the way, is done. It's with the copy editor. We will announce a pub date very soon. But it is done.
We've been saying that for a while.
No, but it is actually done.
Now
it's actually done. The question is, when will it be released? Stay tuned. We've got a couple different distribution options.
We have good problems.
We have good problems, but it is finished. Like, it's been written. And oh my God, huge thanks to our beta readers and all our extra people who came out at the last minute to help us. But more on that later. I think it's just hard because in NXIVM, we were so suppressed with how we could about like expressing how we really felt. And we are currently still, tied a little bit because there is a civil case and we are in litigation with some of the defendants who are also currently doing podcasts. So we can't comment, but we appreciate that so many of you have been reaching out to see how we're doing and kind of giving us play by play. So
we can comment. We've been asked not to.
Yeah, we've been asked not to. And
I agree.
And we shall not.
I agree with the reasons.
We will shall not. There is some conversation about it with our community over on Patreon if you want to join there and weigh in. But it's very interesting to see everyone's different perspectives and, people's opinions about intentions and whatnot. So
also, it's a case of, do you know what you're looking at?
Some people don't know what they're looking at.
Right. And as an interviewer, I don't think people sometimes know what they're looking at. But we do.
Anyway, so there's that. We have some great.
Have you listened?
I'm halfway. I didn't listen for the first 2 weeks partly because we were just really busy. We were trying to get the book done.
It's not a priority.
The football was wrapping up, and it just wasn't a priority. And I also knew me, and I knew that if I listened, I'd be really triggered. And every time I had like a window was off at 9 p.m. at night, and I know myself well enough that I shouldn't listen before bed. So I started listening this morning.
I listened to Nancy.
You listened to Nancy. Okay, I listened to 3 episodes of Uncover. Yeah, I'm 3 episodes in. So.
What, of the Alison Mack one?
Alison Mack one, yeah, on Uncover.
I don't know if I'm, we'll see.
Really, what's interesting is to hear, we haven't spoken since 2017, so we haven't heard anything from her perspective since then, and it's just, her side of the story. That's, me, I've been wanting closure for all this years, so it's a little bit closer to that, but anyway, can't comment anything else. Sidebar.
This is a sidebar?
This is a funny story.
Oh, I hope it's funny, because whenever you say yourself up.
I thought it was cute. Ace, our youngest, our 6-year-old.
It's probably funny.
He's hilarious. I was putting him to bed the other night, and he's really into rocks and minerals and stuff like that right now, crystals. And
no, if crystals have ever come up.
No, he likes my crystal collection. He likes to hold rocks and gems and like he's in minerals. And he says he wanted to be an archaeologist. And he's like, yeah, or a Scientologist.
So we have a path for you.
It's a different thing, but I thought that was sweet. That's my funny story to break the awkwardness of. Not awkward. I just like, it's a lot of feeling. I'm feeling things, Nippy. Just feeling things.
Yeah, I know. You always announce it. It's great. Let's take a break from the cultiverse, shall we? Here's a word from our sponsors.
We've been shopping at Whole Foods since way before I moved to Atlanta, probably over 2 decades, actually. And now we've officially decided that it's our holiday headquarters this year. Whether we're hosting the big dinner or just showing up trying to look like we have our lives together, they've got literally everything we need. If we're hosting, we grab their heat and eat sides from prepared foods, zero stress, maximum delicious, and stock our pantry with their budget-friendly 365 staples, cream of mushroom soup, stuffing mix, French-style green beans, basically all the holiday essentials without the holiday panic. Yes, please. Plus, we're treating the family to some limited edition desserts, holiday rum cake, obviously. If I'm a guest, I will never show up empty-handed. Thanks, Mom, for teaching me that life lesson. So I snag one of Whole Foods' expertly curated cheeses and some maybe gluten-free crackers, some gorgeous flower arrangement, instant hero status. Oh, I just threw this together, no big deal. And for the main event, they've got their showstoppers, bone-in spiral ham, rib roasts, and even some amazing seafood like king crab. Lots of sales happening all month, and everything meets their strict ingredient standards. No antibiotics ever on any of those proteins. Gift giving? Done. Seasonal candles, clean body care sets, cookie gift boxes. I can literally check everyone off my list in one trip. And if I'm in a hurry, which to be honest, I usually am, I just order online for pickup or deliver in selected zip codes. Boom, no crowds, no chaos, just holiday magic. Shop for everything you need at Whole Foods Market, your holiday headquarters. If you're anything like me, last-minute shopping is basically a sport. Shelves are empty, ideas are running low, and panic is setting in. That's where Aura Frames saves the day. I'm so excited about Aura Frames being our newest sponsor because I can think of like 10 people that are getting this from us for Christmas. It's so personal. You can preload photos before it even ships and keep adding from anywhere, anytime. Every frame comes in a premium gift box, no price tag, and no stress. You can't wrap togetherness and connection and love and all that good stuff, but you can frame it. Seriously, it's the easiest, most thoughtful gift, even for those people who seem impossible to shop for. So, for a limited time, save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames. Named #1 by Wirecutter by using promo code CULTY at checkout. That's AURAFrames.com, promo code CULTY. This deal is exclusive to listeners and frames sell out fast, so order yours now to get it in time for the holidays. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions apply. Happy shopping and happy holidays.
You hear that? That's not just a Toyota truck. That's the sound of no crowds. No alerts, no distractions, and no telling what you'll find next. You know, like a detour. So why would you ever take a tour when you could take a detour? Toyota trucks.
Escape's over. Let's return to our regularly scheduled cult talk.
Okay, let's go into the voice notes. Who do we have today?
Hi, my name's Jenna. I'm from California, and I am loving listening to the podcast. I've been trying to do all the episodes in order, so I am a bit behind. I think like maybe a couple months behind as far as what's most current. So I don't know if you've already covered this or mentioned it on the most recent episode, but I had to say, I just recently saw an ad for Allison Mack starting her own podcast to discuss the whole NXIVM mess. And I am just wildly curious what your guys' initial reaction to that is. That is all. Take care.
Okay, Jenna. So Jenna is one of many people who reached out with similar...
Right on cue.
Similar things, and the official statement is, I am a plaintiff in a lawsuit in which Allison Mack is named defendant, and I have been advised by my attorneys to not comment on the podcast. I feel like I can say, which I think is important if this matters for optics, Allison doesn't get paid to do that podcast. There might be opportunities that come from it, but she's a subject in a podcast produced by Campside Media and CBC. It's not her podcast, if that makes sense. That's all I wanted to say. Anything? Any comments, Deb?
No, I don't think she needs another critic. She's got plenty.
Okay. On to the next. What do we have?
Let's see.
Who do we have now?
Hello, Nippy and Sarah. Longtime fan. I think I started listening to y'all within like the first 3 or 4 episodes. I'd come across your podcast and I've been hooked since day one. And I want to say so much the growth that you both have displayed and shared with all of us is genuinely an inspiration. And this is particularly for Nippy. I just wanted to, Nippy, let you know that your growth is obvious, and the work that you've done on yourself and in your relationship with Sarah, it really comes through in the support that you have for her and the support that you have for those around you when you speak of them, or you speak of your sons or their friends, or when you guys are talking. I will say maybe it was season 3. There were a couple episodes that I was like, ooh, Nippy, don't become that guy. Don't become the self-centering masculine. And it was like, don't speak to Sarah like that. Like, you were doing nothing bad. Absolutely nothing bad. But it was just starting to edge. And your growth is just, I very much appreciate it and just wanted to tell you that. And Sarah, thank you so much for talking about, in a recent episode, you were talking about the boundaries that you're setting with your Atlanta friends and how sometimes you just can't go to an event that night. And they're like, okay, cool. Have a great time. And I think it's really beneficial that we have friends and support networks that understand where we are, and that we find the right support networks for us versus keeping people sort of close and changing our behavior because they think that it's the right thing to do. So that's about it. And I cannot wait until you guys have edged around this topic a little bit, but very much I don't know how to say this in the proper way, but the changing that Western civilized society does to Eastern philosophies, and like how we can take spirituality and something that's good for us individually, and particularly in the West, it's used as a way to manipulate or maneuver people into doing what we want by some people. Like, it's really accessible. One thing in these last couple episodes talking about like the teacher student relationship, and I was going to a Tibetan center, Buddhist center in Arizona, and very much saw this and I was with a man who like did this. He's like trying to create his own little cult, essentially. It's not working out well for him. It's sort of fun to hear about, but seeing how Westerners take this idea of like student teacher relationship, and how you hear stories of like in the Tibetan system of like Milarepa, and he like endured all these hardships from his teacher, and it was to purify his karma and all this. But the one thing that everyone forgets, every Tibetan teacher I have sat under or taken teachings with talks about discrimination, and talks, not discrimination, but discerning wisdom. And that is, you have to have discernment, and that they'll talk about like when you're trying to find a teacher, it can take you 7 years, and that is completely okay, because you need to exercise your own discernment and your own judgment that this person is the right teacher for you. And I think that we, in the Western world, we see these sort of mythical type people held up of, oh, these were great student teacher relationships, and see how far this person became enlightened, and they did all these works. And it's like, we want that, but we forget the part of, you have to exercise your own discernment, because at the end of the day, whether you believe in a God or you believe in karma, like, we're the only ones who are coming at the end of our life. We're the only ones who will deal with the consequences of our actions, whether that's God and judgment, or whether you believe it's karma and the next rebirth, or whatever happens. But we individually are. And I think that sometimes as Westerners, we forget that. So anyway, keep up the good work. I appreciate y'all so much. Bye.
Thank you, Amanda. I appreciate that. That was positive.
Yeah, and I do think you have grown a lot.
Yeah, I had one way to go, didn't I?
I was going to give you your next stripe on your orange sash.
It's okay. I don't need that. And I agree. Yes, I think taking Eastern philosophies and westernizing them bastardizes them most of the time.
Who did we just have on? This episode will be before that one we just recorded yesterday, which was with Andrew Ryan Profaci, who is one of the Inner Circle members at Love is One. He was actually Father God for a brief year next to Mother God.
I think we touched on that.
Yes, we did touch on that, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. No, I don't. Go ahead.
It's a banger of an episode. That's coming soon. Okay. A really great book, by the way, The War on Love, about Love is One. Anyway, the reason I brought it up is because after talking to him, and then also the episode we did with Sean Prophet a couple weeks ago, it's really interesting to see how the nature of a group, whether it's spiritual or not spiritual, propels people into different directions after they get out. And we've had some really interesting conversations with him. By the way, I'm not sure who listens here on Spotify, but there were some comments on the Sean Prophet episode, which we agreed with, which was that he seemed to have gone very, the pendulum swung the other way into the arms of science as something that is definitive, which we know is not necessarily true.
Correct.
Correct.
Not necessarily true.
Because
science is always getting upgraded. But whatever, that's not really the point. It's just, I think we touched on how you can be around your scientific beliefs can be the same the way you are
around culty beliefs. Yeah. And I know I diverged a little bit from what Amanda was bringing up, but just how this is an ongoing conversation, and the guru-disciple relationship is definitely bastardized by a lot of these groups. And how somebody who you look up to and who can grow you and train you, that's not going to abuse you? What are the red flags? Great plug for our book. We talk about that in our book.
Are you pointing to me to plug it?
No,
or
I just
noting
did it.
as a meta comment?
I plugged it. Okay, well, who do we have next for our listener voicemail?
I live in Sarapiqui, Costa Rica, and there is a cult resort here. It's called El Lugar. It's in the middle of the rainforest, in the middle of nowhere, and there's never anybody there. It's owned by this man named Gary Douglas, and he's based out of Texas. He's the founder of a group called Access Consciousness. It is very weird and very much a cult. They even talk about how they're not a cult on their website. So that's how you know. And they're so bizarre and so strange. They have a gate that's always closed. If you want to get in to have a drink, go to the restaurant, you have to call and ask ahead of time if you can get access. And I've never been there and seen any other people. Staff's always trying to recruit me for Access Consciousness seminars and talk about how they're always sold out for these seminars, or people come from all over the world to hear from Gary and I don't know, learn what he's doing and be solicited for funds, which seems to be a huge component and probably the funding source for this massive estate in the middle of the jungle, in the middle of nowhere. I've never seen anybody there, but something's going on there. It's worth checking out. Love your podcast. Bye.
Thanks, Nina.
That's been on our radar for a little bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, actually, Access Consciousness has been on our list since we started, but we have yet to find a whistleblower. We are in touch with one ex-member who is actually one of our beta readers, Frank. I'm not going to give his last name because I'm not sure if he's...
And Frank might not even be his name, guys.
Yeah, it might not be. It might just be a pseudonym. We don't know.
I see what you did there.
But Frank might come on, or maybe somebody else, but we'd love to cover it. It totally sounds every bit like NXIVM.
I think she nails it. If there's something on the website about how you're not a cult.
Big red flag.
Yeah.
Why are you so defensive?
Yeah, already
Yeah,
controlling
exactly.
the narrative. Doth protest too
Would love
much.
to. I'm sure there's a lot of cults in Costa Rica.
Yeah.
No, what's it called? What do the kids say? Shade. I love Costa Rica, but lots of retreat centers.
It's like Sedona.
Yeah, because probably a vortex or something there. Let's take a little break from the cultiverse. Here's a word from our sponsors.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. J.D. Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store and online. And now all mattresses are on sale, plus free home delivery during our Cyber Week sale. Limited time. For J.D. Power 2025 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
The wait is over. Dive into Audible's most anticipated collection, The Best of 2025, featuring top audiobooks, podcasts, and originals across all genres. Our editors have carefully curated this year's must-listens, from brilliant hidden gems to the buzziest new releases. Every title in this collection has earned its spot. This is your go-to for the absolute best in 2025 audio entertainment. Whether you love thrillers, romance, or nonfiction, your next favorite listen awaits. Discover why there's more to imagine when you listen at audible.com/bestoftheyear.
Join me and follow the podcast Conspiracy Theories, where we explore what's really going on behind the official narrative. Like, what if the Loch Ness Monster isn't a monster at all, but an elephant? What do the richest 1% know that we don't? And why are they building all those bunkers? And really, what the heck is going on with the Denver airport? Join me every week to see just how high up this goes on the Spotify podcast Conspiracy Theories. Listen on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts.
Thank you for listening. Now, let's dive back into the cultiverse. Do we have one more, Nip?
Yeah.
What we got?
I just listened to Ellen Hewitt, and thank you for having her. Oh my God, you guys. I met Nicole Dedone in 2003, and Oh my God. It was before she started One Taste. I'm 51. I think I was 28 maybe when I met her, 29, if I could do the math right. Yeah, holy shit. I just want you to know that it was legit real. Like, she was living with Ray Vetterline. He was in his 80s and he had been a part of Morehouse. And I moved right in with them because when I met her, I was looking for a guru. Anyway, Ray used to do the due dates. They were called deliberate orgasm dates. And like, even though he was the age that he was, like, I would have dates with him. I was in my 20s. And he would completely, the way when he just touched me, like on my heart, I would go into orgasm. And I'm not even kidding. Like, he was carrying this energy. So I knew this whole thing was really real and it would last like an hour. It was absolutely crazy. The experience was like, I was just someone who couldn't even have an orgasm with like anybody. And there I was like with this old man and like my body was completely capable of so much more than I knew was possible. So the people that were living there were so friendly. There was so much love and like a family. So it started out like that. So I know this is a long time ago. It's over 20 years ago. But I'm going to get the book. And I'm so, like, you just brought me this memory of like the way that all started. Like Nicole was, she was a little bit like, I knew she was like everyone who knew her knew she was very charismatic and also like not trustworthy kind of, like Ray called her a hustler, but you still wanted to be around her and you wanted what she had and you felt like, it was so valuable to be in relationship to her. So, okay, I just had to share that. Oh my God, I love the episode. I'm going to go back to the episode. And I also know Nicole's in prison and waiting on her sentence and doing really well there. Like, I've been writing letters and she is like, of course, like making friends with all the women and helping them. She started she took over one of the rooms and the guards, she made friends with the guards. So they let her have a room for meditation classes. Obviously not oming, but regular meditation. And now she calls herself a Tibetan Buddhist nun. So anyway, apparently she went off during COVID and like went and did that. But anyway, okay, I just wanted to share all that. Okay, bye.
Okay, so we just played
Kristen,
who was, it sounds like in One Taste early years, or was that in Morehouse, did she say?
Don't know.
It was before One Taste was One Taste, but she, that's a lot of information there.
Yeah,
Thank you, Kristen.
The ruse was on then, even though it may, like...
Well, I guess what we're getting from this is that, like everything, there has to be some valuable nugget of teaching that people get. Otherwise, they don't stick around. So I guess they're having orgasmic meditation is helpful for some people.
I would probably agree with that.
Yeah, not for me.
Yeah.
Great for them. Awesome.
I think the last thing I want to be doing when I'm orgasming is meditating.
Well,
those
I'm
two
sure
things at the same time.
Kristen would beg to differ.
Too complicated.
Kristen would beg to differ. Apparently, it's a thing. A lot of people love it. Not here to judge. We listen and we don't judge. But
that wasn't a judgment. It's just like
I am going to judge Nicole Dodone holding classes in prison, and this does not surprise me.
Con people are going to con. It's what they do. It's their only skill set.
Well, I guess she's trying to find something to do as well. Which, by the way, I haven't told you this yet, Nippy. I should have started the episode with this. I was in touch with Kate Casey about the episode, and obviously, I wish that she had asked some different questions, but that's not her podcast, and I'm glad that she had her on and did that or whatever. But what I was going to say is somebody phoned her, or she got a tip from somebody whose family member is in jail with Keith, and apparently he's running his own little cult in prison, which is not surprising at all. Like, it's exactly what I picture.
What else is he going to do?
Yeah, he's just...
What? No, seriously, what else is he going to do?
Yeah, cult leader is going to cult. That's exactly what I picture. Him gathering his minions and getting them to do stuff and manipulating people and coercing people and doing his thing.
I mean, he's starting with prison is only in your mind. That's what he's going in on.
Yeah. Oh, maybe I wonder if
you can have Keith joy while
and Nicole to do a meditation class together.
They should put those motherfuckers in the same cell.
Can you imagine? Nicole could teach Keith how to stroke.
He wouldn't let her because he'd be like, I'm the stroker. I'm stroker ace.
Oh, I don't know.
You think he's gonna be outstroked by a woman?
Yeah, I don't know.
No, that's not how Keith rolls.
It's got real dark. I see a new show. I see a scripted series. Nicole and Keith in prison. What would happen? I need a writer and a showrunner. I need a casting director. Let's make this happen.
Okay.
Anyway, do we have any more phone calls or was that it?
Do we have any Ask Me Anything questions?
We literally had 12 people write in to ask if we'd heard everything.
Anything
but no.
else that we can't comment on?
No, I don't know if we mentioned this is a bit old news, but Ramona, I actually don't know how to say her last name, Didulo, who's the self-appointed Queen of Canada, was arrested. And that's all I know.
For what?
She was running a cult in Canada. We need to find an ex-member. If anyone knows about Ramona and wants to be a whistleblower, please go to alittlebitculty.com/be-a-guest and fill that form out.
And drop what you want word salads for.
Yeah.
And go ahead and let us know what chaps your ass while you're at it. I don't have a problem with that.
Maybe
we maybe even read those.
Maybe when we post this, because it's going to be Thanksgiving, we can also
film it.
I was going to say, maybe it's too cheesy. Like, what are you grateful for? Some other podcast will do that. Let's just
screw
fuck
it.
That.
Screw your gratitude.
We, however, are very grateful to be where we are in our lives. Didn't realize that this new wave would be so, triggering, but I'm grateful to have you, babe, by my side. I'm grateful that the book is done. I'm grateful for our children. I'm grateful for this audience. You've been very supportive, very, very supportive.
Yeah, it's been great.
And hopefully everyone can move forward and heal. Namaste.
Sinking down to the depths of the ocean, hanging on to the weight of my love. If I let go of it all, I could leave, but I know I won't.
We hope you're enjoying A Little Bit Culty. If so, please do show us some love. Drop a rating or leave a review. Hit subscribe on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen. And subscribe to our Patreon at patreon.com/alittlebitculty.
Even better, send this episode to someone who needs it. Maybe they're in a cult. Maybe they're just a little bit susceptible. Or maybe they just love a good story. Spread the word, spread the love. Thanks for listening, and see you next time.
A Little Bit Culty is a Trace 120 production.
Executive produced by Sarah Edmondson and Anthony Nippy Ames in collaboration with producer Will Retherford at Citizens of Sound. Our co-creator is Jess Tardy.
Our production coordinator is Lesli Dinsmore.
Writing by Sandra Nomoto and social media marketing by Eric Swarzinski and Brooke Keene.
Our theme song, Cultivated, is by the artists John Bryant and Nigel Aslan.